This is episode 120 of the Battle of Ohio podcast. It's time, y'all. Well, almost. Tomorrow is the 97th Battle of Ohio between the Bengals and Browns, and I, for one, am pumped.
I'm
Ready
so
to
pumped.
see if my Bengals can actually get a win in the Battle of Ohio for the first time since 2019. The Browns have been dominating the rivalry lately, and I am not okay with that.
I don't know how. I want to Super Bowl.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that in a second. But y'all were good there for a minute. That's part of why.
Yeah, I literally drafted a generational
finally,
quarterback.
I don't know. Yeah. Finally, I don't know if they could have come up with a better last name for the Steelers quarterback than Pickett. Because why, Thomas?
Because Pittsburgh still suck, you little pick-it mofo. Cue the music.
Dude, you see them they got blown out like 35-10 or something.
Kyle, you know I had no time to watch that game.
It was 35-13.
That just like warms my heart.
Yeah, your internet is still terrible.
Well, that's just great. That's just fantastic.
Your internet. Yeah, your internet's still terrible.
That just also just warms my heart right there. That just also just warms my heart right there.
Yeah. I don't know what's going up. I don't know what's going on with Thomas's internet, everybody, but been a rough day for Thomas. That's part of why we're getting started like a half hour late here. But we're here anyway. We're gonna talk Bengals Browns. And just so y'all know, we for the first time simulcasting this from the Battle of Ohio podcast YouTube channel and my own YouTube channel. So we're going to have all of my normal followers in the chat as well. And for all you who follow my channel who might not know, the Battle of Ohio podcast actually came before my YouTube channel, and I've been doing this podcast for about 2 years with Thomas now. So this is kind of how it all got started, and I just recently found out how to simulcast from both channels. So
hell yeah!
So now you got this too. More content, hooray! All right, so let's see. I guess let's just go ahead and dive right into it. So first of all, we were supposed to do this episode was originally supposed to be on Wednesday, and then things kind of happened, and this episode was supposed to be on Friday, and quite frankly, that was my fault. I forgot to do it. But we're here now because right now there's a break in the NFL action, so we're not really competing with any of the NFL games at the moment. And at the same time, there's we have until tomorrow. So like the Bengals Browns game is tomorrow, so we're still trying to preview this while we have everything else going. But couple things. Oh, sorry, you're gonna say something?
No. I'm trying my best. I'm trying everything I can to make sure I'm turning down every single stone to figure out why the internet is going slow.
I don't know. I mean, right now you sound okay, but it's just like occasionally you'll just kind of randomly, I'll think you're sounding okay, and then you kind of randomly just start T-painting again. It's really weird.
T-pain?
Like going off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, T-Pay. You know how his he does the auto tune and everything. That's what your voice sounds like.
Yeah. They're gonna talk about me. There
you go. All right, so the Bengals currently have a 64% chance to make the playoffs heading into this game. And
of course they do.
The way that all the games have gone at this point, yeah, I know it was a nice turnaround, wasn't it? But the way all the games have gone at this point, we still have one more game to finish up because we still got to wait to see what happens in the Sunday night football game between the Bills and the Packers. Although that's really not going to affect the Bengals' ability to make the playoffs. It might potentially affect their ability to it might potentially affect their ability to if things go really, really good for them over the next couple of like over the next couple of months, then maybe they could start thinking about the number 1 overall seed. But like the Bills are not going to prevent the Bengals from going to the playoffs. That's just not going to happen.
I mean,
so right now,
yeah, nah. No, you go ahead. I'm done. I didn't fade out or anything. I just stuttered.
Hey. That's all right. So the Bengals currently sit at roughly about a 63% chance to make the playoffs. And if they beat the Browns on Sunday, or if they beat the Browns tomorrow, regardless of what happens in the Packers and Bills game, because it shouldn't really affect their ability to make the playoffs at all. So if the Bengals beat the Browns, then those chances they skyrocket to about like 76%. So basically, if the Bengals win tomorrow, then you can probably go ahead and pencil them into the playoffs this year. However, if they lose, then that's going to drop them down to roughly about 51% chance. So basically, it's a toss-up if they make the playoffs or not.
Oh, well, let's hope y'all lose.
No, definitely going to be rooting not for that.
All right, but the next thing by the way, the other thing I tried is unplugging my phone from my computer so it's not charging. So maybe that was it. Every single stone is going to be unturned to figure out what's wrong with my Wi-Fi.
I don't know why that would affect your internet, but fair enough. Just try whatever you can.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like, again, you sound fine right now, but you just don't know, if it's going to sound fine forever. But we'll find out, I suppose. So obviously, the big news that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet, and I'm actually kind of glad we haven't had a chance to talk about it because there's been more news to come out, and while y'all got my immediate reaction on my YouTube channel, so now that we're on the podcast, we have a chance to talk about it with a little bit more information. But the Bengals announced that Jamar Chase is dealing with a hip fracture, and he's expected. He was hip fracture.
So I don't know, it was a fracture. I thought it was a strain.
No, it was a fracture. But I'll get into that in a second, though. But they originally said that he's expected to be out 4 to 6 weeks. But everything that we've heard since then has been nothing but positive news. So
I hope so.
So while it's a hip fracture, it sounds like it's a relatively minor hip fracture that as long as he just stays off in a couple of weeks, it should heal easily on its own. And they didn't even put him on IR because of it. So because of that, that's basically them saying, oh, we think Jamar Chase could potentially come back before the if you go on IR, then you're mandatorily have to be out for up to 4 weeks. Not up to for at least 4 weeks for 4 games, not 4 weeks because the Bengals have a bye week. But it's mandatory that you're out for 4 games. So the Bengals not putting him on IR means that they think that he could come back before 4 games, which is crucial, Thomas, because the Bengals' upcoming schedule, and you can get mad at me if you want, but it's true. The Bengals' upcoming schedule over the next few weeks is pretty much a cupcake schedule, and that does include the Browns. But the thing is, if the Bengals are gonna lose to the Browns, like if the Bengals are gonna screw it up, and we got a commenter sitting high, 24-0. There you go, Christine. But if the Bengals are gonna lose to the Browns, Jamar Chase isn't going to save them because, if the Bengals are going to beat the Browns, they're just going to beat the Browns. Like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and Joe Burrow and Hayden Hurst and Joe Mixon, all of them can do it by themselves. If they're going to lose to the Browns, then Jamar Chase isn't going to make that much of a difference, right? Because that means the Bengals are screwing it up. So the way I see it, the Bengals have the Bengals' next 3 games are the Browns, and then I forget exactly who's next. I think it's Browns, Panthers, Steelers are the next 3 games. And from what I'm understanding, it sounds like it's most likely that he's going to miss those 3 games and he'll be back for the Titans and Chiefs, which those are the games we really need him for.
You're talking a lot of smack from a team that lost 4 in a row from us. Y'all lost to Case Keenum and one-arm Baker Mayfield last year. Y'all lost to Case Keenum and one-arm Baker Mayfield last year. Come on, man.
Are you really talking smack about us losing that Week 18 game?
Nah, I'm not. I didn't watch that game. I didn't watch that game.
And still,
I never watched that game. We still beat y'all.
you beat us, but like we almost beat you with our backups. Like,
yeah, but I mean,
we came.
We had our backups in too. We had broken hearts and broken spirits.
Well, you always have that. Yeah, we
still beat y'all twice. 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that first one pissed me off so much because that was the game me and you went to together, right?
Oh yeah, that was a great game. That was a great game.
That was a horrible game.
Denzel Ward, man. I mean, like you're talking a lot of smack. You're talking a lot of smack. Y'all should have won. Y'all got your ass kicked. Y'all literally got your ass kicked in your own stadium. We went down there. We took over the stadium. We had more fans of ours than yours. And then we literally kicked y'all out of your own stadium, man. Denzel Ward, 99 yards to the house.
That game was stupid. Although I will say you're over here. You're over here like on Twitter. You were getting like you're like, oh, Jamar Chase is out. That's awesome. And you were like,
I didn't say that. All I did was just do the smiley.
No, but no. That's what I'm saying. You're happy that Jamar Chase isn't playing against you.
I'm not. Okay, but I'm not. I didn't realize he had a hip fracture. I thought it was strained. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Well, no,
I'm not celebrating his injury.
You're excited that your team has, like a hope of a prayer of a chance. But I will say Denzel Ward is out too, and that's the guy I'm worried about because I remember Denzel Ward's pick 6 last year.
You're not worried about Greg Newsome? Greg Newsome might be better. No, he's fine. Let me make sure. Let me check the injury report real quick.
From the injury report I looked up, I think Greg Newsome was like questionable.
Let me see real quick.
But no, I'm not worried about Greg Newsome because, like, again, if like let's say Greg Newsome's covering T. Higgins, okay, we'll just throw it to Tyler Boyd. Let's say you find.
But then we got MJ Stewart. We have good corners. If we have one thing, we have good corners, and we have stopped people from passing. We have stopped people from passing the ball. We can't stop the run. If y'all want to beat us, Joe Mixon's going to beat us. Believe it or not, if y'all gonna beat us, Joe Mixon's gonna beat us. Joe Mixon's gonna open up the game.
Joe Mixon's been doing better.
And that's what I believe is gonna happen. If you're gonna like, come on. I mean, like, I'm not saying T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd can't get theirs, but if you take T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd gonna have these 150 yards and 100 yards games, then you get who are you? Kendrick Perkins praying for injury? No, I'm not praying for injury. I actually like Jamar Chase.
Fan, just so you know.
I actually like Jamar Chase. I actually love Jamar Chase. I actually been sitting here. I've been yelling for Jamar Chase. I've been clamoring with Jamar Chase more than most Bengals fans. You can back me up on that, Kyle. Call me Kendrick Perkins. My favorite analyst right there.
I don't know about more than most Bengals fans, but more than most Browns fans for sure.
No. When he was dropping those balls in preseason last year, y'all was like, yeah, I don't know, man. We should have got Simone P.A. We had this conversation, Kyle. We was like, Simone P.A., that fat crybaby from Oregon, going to Detroit. We should have drafted him, right? I was like, nah, man, Jamar Chase is the shit, man. What y'all talking about? I've been saying, I'm like, Jamar Chase is the shit. And I like you can back me up on that, Kyle. I am a big fan of Jamar Chase.
Going into the draft, you were higher on Jamar Chase than I was because if you recall, I wanted Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I was big on Jamar Chase. See. Yeah.
So I just want to point out, Thomas, that you're over here talking smack about your cornerbacks, but Denzel Ward is out. Greg Newsome and Greedy Williams are both questionable. So
Greg Newsome's going to go.
Look, here's the thing. I'm just saying, if you shut down T. Higgins, which you're not going to, but if you find a way to shut down T. Higgins, you still got to shut down Tyler Boyd. If you shut down both of them, you still got to shut down Hayden Hurst. And if you shut down both of them, well, guess what? We still got Joe Burrow. He's going to find somebody else to throw the ball to.
Okay, look.
Stanley Morgan and Mike Thomas have both made impacts this year.
Greg Newsome on T. Higgins, MJ Stewart on Tyler Boyd, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on freaking Hayden Hurst. But nobody's going to stop. Nobody's going to stop Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's going to kick our ass. Like Joe Mixon is going to kick our ass. Like I'm telling you, Kyle, you are not. I watch enough Browns games. I know this team is not losing by a lot of points. They stop good passes. They stop Justin Herbert. That's the only good passer they played all year, honestly. But I mean,
and he's not even that great. He's basically Phillip Rivers 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that sounds about right. But just don't sleep on my corners though. Don't sleep on our corners. I was gonna say stop Marcus Mariota, but he's tough.
I'm not trying to.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be in the run.
I'm not trying to sleep on any corners or anything like that. I'm not even sitting here saying like the Bengals are going to blow the Browns out. What I'm saying is like I think we have too many weapons. Even with Jamar Chase out, I think we have too many weapons.
There's a lot of smack for a team that lost its last 6 games against the Browns, or last 6 matchups against the Browns.
Matthew, this is my podcast co-host Thomas. He's a Browns fan, but this
fuck you, Matthew.
This is Battle of Ohio podcast, which is something else. You
all right. Love you, Matthew. How good was Watson? Oh, I missed it. Man, Brissett sucks. Like, by the way, if you want to know how I feel about Jacoby Brissett, he sucks. Fuck that guy. Can I say fuck on your channel?
Yeah, totally. You can say whatever you want. You can don't say anything like.
No, I know. I'm not gonna go Kanye. I'm not going to Kanye. Fuck that guy, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was looking at the Browns playoff chances. And currently they are sitting at a whopping 4%.
Oh wait, let me get. Damn, I was gonna say 3, but okay, you gave me 1%. So you gave me hope.
Okay.
You gave me hope.
That number skyrockets, Thomas, to a mind-boggling 12% if they can win this game. But it goes down to what you were expecting, 2% if they lose.
Kyle, you know something, Kyle. You know something about Cleveland that Cincinnati don't have. We have 3 pro sports teams. So, I don't expect the Browns to make the playoffs this year for the scrums. I don't. But I do. If they win 1 game for the rest of the season, they better fucking win this game. Because I got the Cavs right now just raining threes all over the freaking Knicks. So I have an outlet. So I'm not depressed. I have one of the best basketball teams in the NBA. Fact check me on that shit. Donovan Mitchell's the real. Anyway, not here. There's a football podcast, not a basketball podcast. If I need the Browns. Brissett is horrid. Damn it. Y'all talk about what's the injury. I want freaking Josh Dobbs. I want Jacoby Brissett to stub his toe coming out the locker room, and then he falls and he goes like, "Oh, Josh Dobbs, you got to go. Stub your toe. Severely stub your toe so you don't need injury, but you have to stay out the game." I hope he gets a really bad headache.
I am telling you, Thomas, Josh Dobbs is probably going to be worse.
How do we know this? This guy, Jacoby Brissett sucks, man. Like, I can't scream this enough. People don't think Jacoby Brissett sucks because he doesn't throw interceptions. No, what Jacoby Brissett does is he takes the obvious pass. He always takes the obvious pass. He always takes the obvious, easy, safe pass to the point where it's just disgusting. Like, motherfucker, shoot your shot. Like, you know how you get at the bar and you be like, "Hey, man, that girl's giving me looks. Go over and talk to her." He'd be like,
hold up. Matthew, cut it out, dude. Matthew, that's not okay. Now, he's being a troll. He's not. Stop it. You've been acting a little out of line lately, and I will legitimately ban you from my channel if you don't stop. Continue.
Matthew, I love you. I don't know what you said, but Matthew, I love you. Anyway, where was I at? I'm just going to end it with Jacoby Brissett sucks. I have no idea what the comment was, but Jacoby Brissett, you suck. Win me the game tomorrow, but if not, stub your toe. Like, just stub your, like, big toe. Just a big stub. I hope it hurts, like, just the right amount enough where you have to sit out next week, but you're okay the week after that. Like, don't hurt yourself, but just, like, kind of hurt yourself, you know?
You're treading a fine line there, buddy.
I don't wish injury on anybody. I just want to see Josh Dobbs die.
So why don't you just wish for him to be benched? Matthew, that was it might have been a joke, but it wasn't an okay joke. Like, we don't talk like that here.
Fuck Jacoby Brissett.
Matthew, Thomas is a Browns fan. He's got the Browns logo down next to him. His name's Thomas, by the way, not John.
You call me T-Star.
So Thomas, another concern I have about the Browns going into this game is y'all's offensive line appears to be pretty banged up too.
Yeah, but the one thing that I always have faith in, I always put, if there's one thing in the Browns that I can put blind faith in, it's the offensive line, the running backs. There's actually been a lot of discussion. There's actually a lot of Browns fans that want them to trade Jack Conklin because our backup offensive linemen have been doing well. They actually have a couple of offensive linemen in the system. And it's actually a cheers to Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach, and how great he is at keeping them guys ready and trained and on sync with each other. So I'm not really worried about offensive line, honestly. I'm just worried about Jacoby Brissett passing ability. You suck, Jacoby.
I'm more so talking about the injuries on offensive line.
Because,
well, okay, so what's his name? Wyatt Teller's out.
Yeah. He's been on and out all season.
And then I believe Jack Conklin and Joel Bitonio both missed some practice this week. I don't think in either case it was a big deal, but I do know Jack Conklin only practiced 1 day this week.
I think Jack Conklin and Joe Bitonio will go. I think Wyatt Teller's out.
That does appear to be what is the case, but either way,
that's what I think is going to happen. Yeah.
There's and Joe Haig. Joe Haig's out too.
Oh, for real? Oh, not that Joe Haig. Oh no, Joe Haig. Oh no, we're losing Joe Haig. Oh.
Who day, James? Let's go.
Yeah, whatever, James. Go Browns.
Christine says she will give you James Hurst for Jack Conklin.
James Hurst for Jack Conklin. Good. I want Jarvis Landry back.
I'm not gonna lie. I am not horribly familiar with the state of the Saints offensive line, but if I had to bet, probably wouldn't be worth it because like Jack Conklin's really, 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 really good.
He's really good. He's really good.
To the best of my knowledge, Okay. Okay. Now. No. Okay. Christine says she'll trade Andy Dalton for Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Well, Christine, earlier you said something about like, thanks for Andy, Kyle, and you saw my reaction to that game. I wanted Andy to do so. I so badly wanted Andy to do well. He did not.
You don't want your father? You don't want your father to come play for you anymore, Kyle? You
no,
don't want your daddy?
Want my real father to play for us.
You don't want to get Josh Naylor?
No.
Did you see that home run by Josh Naylor where he danced around the freaking base? Like, you didn't see that, Kyle? I'm disappointed in you.
No. I don't watch baseball. Like, what do you want from me?
Let's play off baseball, Kyle. It was one of the off. Everybody's doing a dance. Everybody's doing a dance. Everybody's doing a job. In the comic section, back me up here.
I will watch the playoffs if the Reds are in it, and I will watch the World Series if the Reds or the Red Sox are in it. And beyond that, I might go to a game, but that's about it.
Okay, 5-second story. A guy on the Guardians hit a home run on the Yankees pitcher. And as he danced around the bases, he was like, "That's my fucking son." And he did this to him. He was like, "That right there is my fucking son. I'm his dad. Rock him to sleep." It was the funniest thing ever. It was the funniest thing ever. So now every time you see a receiver score a touchdown, they're like this. Russell Westbrook had one dunk this entire season. And his one dunk, he was like, "Hey, LeBron." And LeBron was like, "Shut up, dude. We're 0-5." Suck it, Lakers.
So, I guess we should probably go ahead and move on to recapping the predictions here in a second. But I got a question from Matthew Thompson here. He says, "What's your second favorite team, Thomas?" And I'll answer mine in a second. What's your if not the Browns, who do you typically root for?
The Browns.
Him.
Okay.
Let's say we're in the playoffs. Let's say we're in the playoffs and like the Browns aren't in it. Who are you rooting for, or who are you wanting to root for?
I'm so used to them not being in the playoffs. I just don't root for anybody. That's a real thing.
I hope they lose.
Well, no, because I don't have a college football. The only football team that I root for, okay, I guess I root for Ohio University and Youngstown State, whatever. You know, their football teams don't matter. So the only football team I really root for is the Browns.
That's fair.
I don't know.
So my answer to this question. My answer to this question is, it's kind of when I was younger, I kind of liked the Broncos. I have a soft spot for the Jaguars, but the fact of the matter is my second favorite team is whoever's playing the Steelers.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. Whoever's playing the Steelers, the Bengals, the Ravens.
Yeah, I will issue the only reason I ever root for the Steelers ever is if it benefits the Bengals in some major way. And other than that, no, thank you.
You know what? I would root for if the Browns don't make the playoffs. I'm rooting for the Eagles. Because who doesn't like Jalen Hurts for some reason? You're the Giants. Yeah.
Matthew's second favorite team is the Giants, but his first favorite team is the Patriots. So, like,
Matthew, the Giants going to get Lamar Jackson next year anyway. So, congratulations.
Yeah. What I was going to say was, like, Matthew's favorite team is the Patriots, so in his second favorite team being the Giants seems kind of weird. But Matthew was also 11, so he wasn't around for when the Giants got when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl twice. So I guess that's, a little different.
Well, welcome to the stream, Matthew. Welcome to the stream, Matthew.
There we go.
I remember I was 11. It's a good time.
I don't remember when I was 11.
I used to play baseball when I was 11, man. I was a little gangster. I played Pee Wee football. I used to play tight end and defensive end. I was a good defensive end. I used to tackle people like crazy.
I played soccer when I was 11, but like I played football when I was. Yeah, I played soccer my whole when I was a kid. Like my whole life when I was a kid. I played football when I was 6 and when I was 13, I think.
I played soccer. I tried out for soccer one time and I accidentally drop kicked the kid trying to steal the ball. And then they kicked me out of practice for drop kicking. I'm like, I didn't drop kick him on purpose. He's just shorter than me, and I went for the ball and I just kicked high, and then it just dropped on his head. His parents wanted this too. His parents wanted this too. Well, I was like, God dang. That's why I don't play sports. That's why I don't play. It was hilarious, man. They hated me. The whole school hated me. I can't believe you drop kicked Tyler. It was an accident. I want to play soccer in the hood. Sorry.
That's all right then. So, all right. So the way we do this podcast for those of you for the new people who are joining us is once we get done previewing the Bengals and the Browns segment, we'll jump into we do our predictions on this episode, and so essentially we are going to essentially like pretty much all of the predictions have happened except for the Bills and the Packers haven't happened yet, and then the Bengals and Browns haven't happened yet. And Thomas has yet to actually give me his prediction for the Bengals Browns game. So actually, let's recap what happened in all the games that have happened so far, and then we'll get Thomas's prediction on the Bengals Browns. Well, y'all haven't heard mine either, so I think it based on the discussion earlier, I think it's pretty obvious who I'm picking. But either way, let's go ahead and talk. So Thomas, you did not have a good a good week at all as far as predictions go.
Of course I did.
You ended up 5-8-1. I ended up 10-3-1. And by the way, that's still with two predictions, 2 games left to go. But with 2 games left to go, I'm at 10-3-1. You're 5-8-1.
I'm guessing I got my big upset wrong.
You did get your big upset wrong, yes. So
I totally got my big upset wrong.
You picked the Texans over the Titans on the big upset, and yeah, that now it actually did come close. And I didn't know that Malik Willis was actually getting his first start this week.
Look, man, I just had a feeling. Like, yeah, I'm feeling Texans this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Texans almost pulled it off, but they didn't.
How did Malik Willis do it? Did he look better than Kenny Pickett?
From what I recall, he threw an interception. That was really the big highlight of the game for him.
Yeah,
he didn't look too good. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Malik Willis, yeah, he threw an interception and he got sacked 3 times. And oh god, he was awful. He only threw for 55 yards. That's terrible. Derrick Henry ran for 219 though, so kind of hard to stop him when he does that.
I need Nick Chubb to do that tomorrow.
All right, so no. First of all, no. From what I understand, I believe we should be getting Logan Wilson back, and I don't know about DJ Reader, but Bengals run defense has been a lot better lately. So hopefully that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot going up against Nick Chubb, but especially after what happened last year, God. But you never know. You never know. All right, so let's go ahead and walk through the games that we got wrong, because that's what we do, guys. We in the prediction we talk more so about the ones that we got wrong, because it's we're not going to hide from our mistakes, and honestly, those are the more interesting ones anyway. Like, I could come on here and be like, yeah, I told you guys that oh god, what was an obvious game that happened this week? I told you guys that the Cowboys were going to beat the Bears. Yeah, but that wouldn't be interesting at all, right? You're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, duh.
You sure the Cowboys beat the Bears?
We kind of go through the ones that we got wrong just to kind of own up to it. So I guess we'll start with we only both got one mutually wrong. We both picked the New York Jets over the New England Patriots. And I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of think the Jets are a better football team than the Patriots, but that Zach Wilson is so bad.
I don't know why I didn't do that. He's really bad, and it goes against my rule. You know what my rule is that Bill Belichick is really good at backup. He's really good at exposing backup, new, and rookie quarterbacks. Did my audio go out again?
They are. No. I was just thinking. But they are. But Zach Wilson's also bad. He's been bad all year. When you go back through the Bengals roster and you look oh, well, this game was impressive, whatever. A lot of people say, oh, the Bengals, it's not impressive that they beat the Jets because they beat the backup quarterback, Joe Flacco. But quite frankly, Zach Wilson is so bad, I think Joe Flacco might be the better option.
That's great. You suck, Zach Wilson.
I did see that, Matthew. So I'll make sure to try to come up with a different one for when we do the game stream later. All right. So
shout out to Matthew.
So yeah, that's the only game that we both mutually got wrong. Outside of that, Thomas, you thought that the Lions were going to beat the Dolphins. Care to explain yourself?
Well, I just don't trust the Dolphins, man. I just think that I know Tua's back now. Is Tua playing now?
Yeah, he's playing now.
Yeah, I know he's playing now. I just didn't know what would be going on with the with the atmosphere of the team. I wasn't sure how much of the pulse of the locker room the coach had. I just thought that Lions might get one. The Lions are a sexy pick, but honestly, they haven't really done anything. I don't know why I came up
No,
picking the Lions.
they really haven't. They're 1-6.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I picked the Lions probably 5 times this year. I think I picked the Lions 5 times this year. You stuck Detroit.
They were doing okay at first. They just eventually didn't.
They got good offense.
Christine says we better have picked the Saints. I believe we both did.
I picked
we got that one right though, so we're not going to talk about that one much. But we both picked the Saints over the Raiders, and the Saints blew them out. To be fair,
yeah, the Raiders suck.
But so next one, Thomas, you picked the Panthers to beat the Falcons, and it's like I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Like the Falcons are the Falcons, but the Panthers are bad, man.
Two bad teams, man.
Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey.
Both of them suck. Both of those teams suck. Okay. And honestly, the Panthers should probably start Baker Mayfield over PJ Walker. Like, what are we doing here, man? Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than PJ Walker. He is. He is. Stop kidding yourself with this BS.
I think the idea is they've already decided they don't like Baker Mayfield, and so they're basically just trying to see what they have in PJ Walker, because there's a bunch of people out there who think that he might be good. I think they pretty much have already determined that they don't like Baker Mayfield.
They got a chance to win the freaking division, though. That division is the worst division in football. You got freaking the Falcons. You got freaking Tom Brady having marital issues, and he looked like an old dad, man. Like just retire, old man. Just retire. I was wrong. Go retire and go outside your wife's house with a freaking boombox up on your head and just play her favorite song from the 80s, because that's the era you're from, old man, and just get her back. Get her back. You're already freaking.
You know what's crazy? Matthew already did respond to your comment earlier. But Thomas, you know what's crazy about the NFC South is that the Falcons are currently in first place at 4-4, and had the Panthers won,
they'd be in first place.
With a losing record would be leading.
Exactly. That's why I picked the Panthers, because I thought it was a toss-up game. I thought bad team.
Christine thinks the Saints are going to win the division, and you got to get past the Falcons, which shouldn't be too much of a task. So go do it.
The Browns play the Saints on Christmas Eve. I'll be at that game.
James Winston.
I'll be at the game when the Browns play the Saints. By the way, Deshaun Watson will be playing that game. So good luck to y'all.
All right, so you thought, Thomas, that the Giants would beat the Seahawks. So was it just, a matter of you buying the Giants? Is that what's going on here?
I mean, again, bad team. I mean, like what are we talking about here? Daniel Jones versus Geno Smith.
I'll tell you tomorrow, Matthew. Not revealing it until tomorrow. I mean, I'll tell you who I'm picking, just not my score. I'll tell you my score tomorrow. But go ahead.
Like what are we talking about? Geno Smith versus Daniel Jones. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the Seahawks been doing well, but you know what I mean? Like, the Seahawks haven't been doing that much better than what the Giants been doing.
You're 3-5.
I'm sorry, I missed the last time.
Yeah, the Seahawks. No, it's just Christine said, we already beat the Falcons. Sorry for your bad Christmas, but it's like, okay, but sorry for your bad Christmas, but the Falcons are currently 4-4 and the Saints are 3-5. So
I can't wait for that Christmas game. Well, no, it don't matter. The Browns are probably gonna be out of it by then anyway, but I think we'll win that game for reasons.
Tomorrow night, Matthew. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a Monday night football game. Bengals Browns. Football tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be extreme. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be in my costume too. I'm going to wear. I got an afro here. Wait, hold on. Let me get my afro out.
You got an afro?
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, dude. I'm about to. I was originally going to wear the Jason mask, but I had a bad car situation, so I won't be able to get a car until another day. So I can't. So I'm not going. So I'm just going to go to afro. Happy Halloween, y'all. Happy Halloween, y'all.
You look like you look like it looks like a perm. Like it doesn't look like an afro. It looks like a perm. You look like that one guy from I forget the name of it. Anyway, so this game was my big upset prediction. I predicted that the Seahawks would beat the Giants because, quite frankly, I don't fully buy the Giants. And the Seahawks have just been on fire lately. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I don't know why, but the Seahawks have been on fire lately, and I feel like the Giants are not as good as their record indicates, right? So that was the main reason why I picked this upset, and it worked out for me. All right. And last one, we kind of discussed a little bit earlier, but Titans, Texans. You picked the Texans.
Yeah. I see, because I don't really think the Titans are that good of a team either, honestly. I mean, I know they got Derrick Henry. Fine. They got Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry's one of the best running backs in the league, only behind my boy Nick Chubb. But yeah, the Titans are an okay team, but like, let's be real. They got Ryan Tannehill, a quarterback who's obviously not playing anymore, and they put that rookie in. And like you said, he had 35 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I think Jarvis Landry had more passing yards against the Cowboys 2 years ago.
Right.
And that's the same.
And Christine said, "Happy Halloween, by the way. Didn't the 1-win Bengals beat the Browns in 2019?" And yes, sort of. That is the last time that the Bengals beat the Browns, though. It was at the time they were 1 win. They got them their second win of the year, which I was kind of like a little upset about because I was like, no, we can't beat the Browns. We can't win this game because like we need to go get Joe Burrow, and then we got Joe Burrow anyway, so it worked out.
Man, that's because we have Fat Forrest Gump as head coach. Freddie Kitchens, for y'all who are new to the program, and Freddie Kitchens is Fat Forrest Gump. He looked like Fat Forrest Gump. He talks like Fat Forrest Gump. And his best friend Bubba Joe, what was his name? What was the coach? He was the former coach for Arizona Cardinals. And he got fired. He was the defensive coordinator. What's his name? He now coached the Panthers. What is his name?
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, Bubba. Steve Wilkes and Bubba.
Is his name Bubba?
No, but I call him Bubba because Forrest Gump's best friend was Bubba. Oh. Bubba was Steve Wilkes.
Okay.
Fat Forrest Gump, Freddie Kitchens.
Matthew, she was referring to Nick Chubb. She just spelled it wrong. Anyway.
Chubb.
Yeah. Chubb. Okay, now it's my turn to eat crow. So this made me mad this morning. Got the morning off to a bad start with this game, but the Broncos found a way to beat the Jaguars. And I mean, my explanation of this is just like, I don't know why I keep believing in the Jaguars. The Jaguars, like I said earlier, when Matthew asked me who my second favorite team was, like, I like the Jaguars on some levels, but they're also really frustrating, and I get enough frustration from the Bengals. So, but it's just I thought the Jaguars could pull it off, and they almost did. And then Russell Wilson finally showed everybody the Russell Wilson that the Broncos thought they were getting. Like Russell Wilson finally turned it on. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to keep it turned on this year, but it does, I think, go more toward my theory that Russell Wilson is not washed up. Russell Wilson's just adjusting to a new team, and he's eventually going to be fine. But the old Russell Wilson showed up today.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
Only at the very end of the game, but
I think the Seahawks is on to something.
Quite possibly. But I think honestly, it's not so much that I think Russell Wilson's washed up and that's why the Seahawks might have been on to something, but I think it might have I think he might have just kind of worn out his welcome in Seattle, and just the chemistry wasn't working anymore. So I think that might explain why Seattle's doing better now with Geno Smith, which is crazy because Geno Smith isn't exactly known for being like, a well-loved individual.
You know what I noticed? You know what I've been noticing in sports, by the way, just in all sports. I'm not sure if you've been noticing this at all or not. Is that prima donnas in sports are not winning anymore. You know how players used to be prima donnas and they'll go on win championships. Well, that's not working anymore in sports. Now these players are being prima donnas and they're wearing out rep welcomes with their teams, and it's not ending well for them. I mean, look at it's just.
I think part of it is the rise and the utter dominance of social media, because these dudes' bullshit is getting exposed a lot more frequently than it was getting exposed before. And now, teammates who don't like somebody's bullshit, they can basically look at somebody and be like, okay, that's not okay, and you're not going to get away with that because that's just not how we do things anymore in 2022. So the whole prima donna thing, if you're going to be boisterous and egotistical and stuff like that, you have to also take care of your people. You can't just be a total asshole anymore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at what's going on with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's part of what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. And the thing is, Aaron Rodgers, if you recall, Aaron Rodgers wasn't really a prima donna before, like when he was winning and everything like that, like back in the for the longest time, Aaron Rodgers was just a normal likable quarterback, and then lately he's been turning into a bit of a prima donna, and it's come in, and now the losing is happening.
Yeah.
Matthew wants to know if you have stumble guys on your phone.
If I have what on my stumble guys? What's stumble guys?
I've never even heard of that. I don't know.
It must be something the kids play.
Well, you see, Christine, you say that Rodgers misses Adams and Adams misses Rodgers, but I think Rodgers definitely misses Adams. But Adams is not doing as well in Las Vegas, but I mean he's been having some good games.
Yeah, but see the problem is that Green Bay is like family, and Rodgers needs Adams and Adams need Rodgers, but most importantly, Adams needs family. The creepy and the something, the Adams family.
I knew you were going there with that.
I don't know the lyrics to the song.
I knew it, and I let you do it anyway.
I don't know the lyrics to the song. I don't know the lyrics to the song. I'm sorry.
All right, the last one that I got to talk about is I knew better. I knew better than to pick this team, but I just no, you know what? I believe in them. There's something going on. The other team is the other team is got a bunch of injuries, and I thought it was going to work, but I never ever bet on the Los Angeles Rams to defeat the San Francisco 49ers. Never, or rather, simply never bet on Sean McVay to beat Kyle Shanahan. I don't know what it is. But it just never happens. And I knew better, and I did it anyway. I knew better. I'm so
That's
mad.
Great. That's so great. Mad. That's great. That's great.
God. All right, so that's pretty much it for the predictions. Except for the fact that we now have to give our predictions for the Bengals-Browns game. So I'll let you go first, Thomas, because you've been teaching.
Do you want to do that now, or you want to do it after the state of AFC North? Do you want to say it for the
we're in the prediction segment?
All right, fine. You know it looks fine. All right, cool. Kyle, we all know you're taking the Bengals, and the thing is that the Bengals are the obvious choice, considering the fact that the Bengals are hitting all cylinders, and like I said, I have no idea how the Browns going to stop the run.
And a better football team.
I have no idea how they're going to stop the run. They're more cohesive. They got better. The Bengals have the better quarterback right now. The Bengals have the better defense right now. The Bengals have a better receiver right now. Bengals have
even with Jamar out.
Well, even with Jamar out, they have better receivers. All we have is Amari Cooper. Bengals have a better tight end right now because our tight end's hurt. He's questionable. He's saying he might play, but let's be real. You ain't playing Njoku. Take a rest. But Kyle, there's one thing.
42-28 Bills.
there's one thing the Bengals don't have.
What's that?
They don't have Nicholas Chubb. And they don't have Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, but y'all don't have Chubb. Don't have Chubb.
Honestly, I think Zach Taylor is just as good of a coach as Kevin Stefanski. So
you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. But probably. Here's the thing, Kyle. The Bengals have beat the Browns. The Bengals are 0-6 to last whatever from the Browns. The Browns only lost 2 night games. They only lost 2 night games at home since 2019. It's 2019? Yeah, 2019. Yeah. Wait, 2? Let me fact check myself. But they win a lot of their night games at home for some reason. I don't get it. Something about that stadium at night is magical. There's something about it. We need more night games in that stadium, but maybe they'll win more. But that stadium glows up at night. Give it the Browns. I think Nick Chubb is going to have a career night tomorrow. I think Jacoby's going to play within the lines. I think Cooper's going to look good. I think they had enough time to get everything together. I think the defense is going to click more with Jones, the new addition of Jones. Give me the Browns. I think they want to speak up on y'all. Give me the Browns.
All right. So I will
36-21 Browns. I think it's going to be decisive one too.
I will give my prediction here in a second. Matthew said Browns are the worst team in the NFL. And I don't agree with that, Matthew. I don't think the Browns are the worst team in the NFL. I think right now the Steelers are the worst team in the NFL. Quite frankly, the Steelers are awful. By the
way, can I say something? By the way, to all your fans, can I say something for all your fans who are listening? I get questioned, hey, why are you still a Browns fan? I'm from Cleveland. I don't know if any of y'all know what that means, but that's the thing. See, stuff like that, stuff exactly like that. Maybe my parents' generation, my parents' generation, they have this woe me, Cleveland bad attitude. Man, y'all go ahead and have that attitude. This new generation of Clevelanders, we don't really care. Our whole life, we've been insulted and teased. So, people are oh, Cleveland sucks. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to, we're still going to live our life. Cleveland, we party hard. We play hard. We have fun, man. This city's always buzzing. This city's always going. And if y'all don't like us, fine. We're still going to do our thing. And so we always have a chip on our shoulder from this city. We always have a chip on our shoulder. And we have a chip on our shoulder that nobody else in this country has because we're from Cleveland. And we have to have that chip on our shoulder. So why the hell would I root for anybody but my Cleveland Browns? Because I'm from Cleveland and I support my city. That's passion that nobody will understand. But y'all get it one day.
Yeah, I understand, and that's why I like doing this podcast with you, Thomas, because no matter what, you're gonna come on here and you're gonna stand for the Browns all day, and I appreciate that. Browns fans have got to be the most loyal fans in the NFL, bar none. I used to say that about Bengals fans, but I used to say that about Bengals fans 15 years ago. It ain't quite that way anymore. Not that we haven't had our share of heartbreak and pain over the last however many years. It's just the Browns, man. The Bengals used to have the worst stretch in NFL history. The Bengals used to have the worst stretch in NFL history used to belong to the Bengals between 1991 and 2002. The Browns have since shattered that streak of futility, and then they went to the playoffs, and now they're trying to get back to the playoffs and stuff. But the Browns have definitely had their share of misery, I think. And to get back to get back on topic a little bit here, I think that streak of misery is going to continue this week because I think for the first time, Joe Burrow is going to defeat the Cleveland Browns this week. Now, I'm not giving a score prediction yet. You'll have to tune in for my live stream tomorrow night to see my actual score prediction. I'm not necessarily predicting a blowout, though. I'm not even necessarily predicting a decisive victory because there's a few things writing into this. I do believe the Bengals have enough to overcome the loss of Jamar Chase, and I also believe that the Browns aren't really equipped to stop us without him anyway. But for whatever reason, we have struggled with the Browns over the last 2 years, and that's getting fairly annoying. And not to mention, without Jamar Chase, it's like, I think we got T. Higgins, we got Tyler Boyd, we got Hayden Hurst, we got Joe Mixon, we got all these other weapons that we can get the ball to. But at the same time, not having Jamar Chase is going to throw off the chemistry a little bit. So I don't think this is going to be like one of those, I think this is going to be one of those games that kind of comes down to the wire. I don't have a score prediction just yet, but I don't think either team's going to go over 30. And I think the Bengals are going to win probably by like 3, 4, or 5 points or something like that.
It's going to be a fun game tomorrow. Tomorrow's about to be a fun game, honestly. I really think tomorrow's going to be a fun game.
Matthew says you should only watch basketball and baseball, not football. Which, quite frankly, that would be the easy route to go right now.
No, I mean, Deshaun Watson plays soon, and he's going to be the best quarterback this city's seen in generations. I can't wait till he plays, man. By the way, speaking of basketball, I think Donovan Mitchell about to have 40 points again tonight on the Knicks. He's so nice. He's so nice. And we just got him. They just gave us to him. They're like, here go Donovan Mitchell. Shit, thank you. While LeBron is just chilling in LA, just suffering. Suffer, LeBron. Suffer, LeBron. Him and Kyrie.
What? Why are you mad at LeBron? LeBron got you a championship.
Because he left us twice.
Yeah, but man. I think the second time it's understandable.
No, it wasn't. Because the thing is that he literally left us for a worse situation, which is hilarious. Him and Kyrie left us for worse. But
I think he left for a team that he could mold into his own, though. I think that was the main reason he did it.
Well, the problem with LeBron. I love LeBron, by the way. Love him, hate him. Y'all don't understand our relationship with LeBron. It's very weird. But the problem with LeBron is he's a general manager. You can't let your player be a general manager. He's a prima donna. You can't let prima donnas in sports. Watson is trash just like Jacoby Brissett. How old is he? 11? Yeah, okay.
You know what, Matthew? I appreciated your comment.
Watching is trash just like Jacoby Brissett. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch them play. So, Christine, you're a Saints fan? Yeah, you're gonna find out.
No, Matthew's a Patriots fan. Christine's a Saints fan.
Yeah, see, he didn't get a chance to play Watson. Y'all see Watson. I can't wait to watch him plays. Just all wait.
All right, so let's go ahead, and we're almost an hour into this, so we probably need to wrap it up here. But let's go ahead and do the state of the AFC North real quick. And so for all those of you who are new joining us, the state of the AFC North, basically we just touch on what's going on with the other two teams in the division, and usually. I always try to be fair, but this is a rivalry podcast, and we're gonna take our shots when we have shots to take, right? So the Steelers are so bad. The Steelers are so bad, and it's so much fun. I've been waiting so long for the Steelers to collapse, and boy, they are here. Kenny Pickett. I like every time I'm making a video and I've got to name one of the pictures so I can go back and find it later. I normally name it the last name of the player, Dalton or Burrow or Hurts or something like that. And for Kenny Pickett, I always name it Pick Six because that should be his name, not Pickett. Although Pickett's a good one because all he does is throw interceptions. It's fantastic. He's not good. He's not good. I'm not saying he couldn't develop and be good at some point. Although I don't think it's going to happen on the Steelers because the Steelers are like a trash heap. I mean, this is one of the worst places right now. The Steelers are one of the worst possible places that a young quarterback could try to develop. I really kind of worry that Kenny Pickett could end up just getting ruined in Pittsburgh because he has nothing around him. Best thing he has around him is Chase Claypool, and Chase Claypool is. Well, he's Chase Claypool, so that's really more so getting in your way. You want to talk about prima donnas who get in their own team's way?
Hey, the funny thing about—I'm sorry, I can't interrupt you. I'm sorry. Are you done?
No. You're fine. I'm done now.
I had a funny thing about Pittsburgh, though. And then I think the funny thing about Pittsburgh though was when they drafted Kenny Pickett.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all keep on talking trash, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. When they drafted
Once again,
Kenny
he's a
Pickett,
Patriots fan. He's already seen y'all ass.
I know. Jacoby Brissett sucks. Like, no, you understand. Like, we have Patriots fans chanting, New York sucks, Yankees suck. That was literally the whole stadium just chanting. Anyway, that's not here. I had the funny thing about the Steelers fans. Steelers fans were bragging so hard about Kenny Pickett. Like, yes, Kenny Pickett. Yes, Kenny Pickett. Oh, my God, Kenny Pickett. Like, all right, go ahead, y'all. Y'all go ahead and cheer. All right, y'all go ahead and cheer for Brandon Whedon 2.0.
They liked Kenny Pickett because Kenny Pickett was a local kid, and they were just like, "Oh, this is awesome," like what a story, the local kid, because they were used to only good things happening to them, right? So of course they're gonna think that they're like, "Oh, well, the Steelers' next quarterback's gonna be awesome because he's the Steelers quarterback," and the fact that the kid comes from like Pittsburgh, that's just such an amazing story, and it's just like y'all like chill. Like, y'all remember when, like, one of the biggest criticisms against Joe Burrow in the draft was the fact that he had small hands? And Kenny Pickett's hands are smaller than that. Like, chill.
I think the funniest thing about it was that I'm never going to forget how sad Steelers fans look after they lost to the Browns that Thursday night game. I'm never going to forget how sad they look. I'm never going to forget how sad they were sad, Kyle. Like, they look defeated, man. They look like they got their car stolen or something, man. They look so sad, dude.
What a timely reference.
That's an insider. But man, they look so sad, dude. Man, Donovan Mitchell's balling. Man, they look so sad, dude. They look like they need a basketball team to counter out their depression, because their baseball team sucks too. At least us here in Cleveland,
they don't have a basketball team, so
yeah, they don't. Yeah, thank God we got that.
Closest thing they got is actually no. I think the closest is Cleveland or Philadelphia closer to Pittsburgh.
No, what's crazy is right? There's the most popular basketball team in Pittsburgh are the Cavs.
There you go.
I mean, it just is. I don't get. Remember when the Browns won 0-16? Ha! The Browns won 0-16. Okay, man.
I'm not losing sleep from it. The podcast that year.
Yeah, I was a senior.
Yeah, the podcast that year.
I mean, it is what it is.
Y'all got free Bud Light though.
Yeah, it was fun, man. That was a fun game. It is what it is.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up then with the other AFC North team, and that's the Ravens. So look, they're what are they, 4-3 now?
Yeah, they keep on being bad teams.
I don't know how. It's like they're 5-3 now. So I don't know how they're doing it, but they keep winning, and they're not good. Now, neither are the Buccaneers, so that's part of the problem. Matthew over here earlier said something about trash Tom Brady, which, by the way, Matthew, don't forget, Tom Brady won your team 6 Super Bowls. So I wouldn't talk too much trash about Tom Brady if I were you. But right now, Tom Brady looks like trash, and I mean, the Buccaneers are so bad right now. The Steelers beat them. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, the Ravens do this every year, dude. Like they win a whole bunch of regular season games at the beginning of the regular season, and then they do it this BS way, and then me and you go on this thing like, hey man, how sustainable is this? And I'd be like, when will we have the Lamar Jackson conversation? And then we debate, is Lamar Jackson a payable quarterback? Then they either squeak in the playoffs or they squeak out of the playoffs. By the way, Lamar Jackson had the same passing stats as Baker Mayfield last year. Keep on saying that. The Ravens had the same exact record as the Browns last year. Keep on saying that, but we're just going to ignore that fact. We're just going to ignore that blazingly fact right there. But whatever. and then they lose. Damn. Either at the end of the season or in the playoffs.
You're getting destroyed right now in the comments.
Yeah, because I'm a Browns fan. Congratulations.
I mean, that's pretty much it. The Browns do have stars, by the way. They got Myles Garrett. They got Amari Cooper. They got
Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett. No, Jacoby not that. Joe Patonio, Denzel Ward.
Not this week. They don't.
I can't wait till Watson plays.
All right. So my thoughts about the Ravens are just they remind me so much of that 11-0 Steelers team from the couple years back because they're 5-3. In no way, shape, or form should they be 5-3. They should be way worse. But then again, they beat my team, so it's like I can't talk too much until we actually beat them. But I don't see. I have literally no reason to believe that we won't beat them next time. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But the Ravens. The Ravens, like that game against the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers just shot themselves in the foot one more time than the Ravens did. And they're 5-3, but don't forget, this is a Ravens team where like the fan base was calling for their head coach to be fired like 2 weeks ago. So like, don't get it twisted. This is not a good football team.
Yeah, you suck Baltimore. By the way, who do they play next week? They got a bye week next week. Who Baltimore play?
Ravens?
Yeah, who do they play next week?
Next week? I don't know off the top of my head. Be kind of salty if it was a bye week. No, they play the Saints. So they play your team, Christine.
Oh yeah. They play in New Orleans or in Baltimore.
I don't know, Christine. I don't know how we lost to the Ravens either, but anyway, what were you saying, Thomas?
They play in New Orleans or in Baltimore. I can't put their schedule. How come not showing me the schedule? How come it's showing me everything?
They play in New Orleans.
Yeah, see, they probably lose next week.
I mean, hey, Andy Dalton is the Raven killer. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston is playing next week, but Andy Dalton is the Raven killer. If we're gonna talk about how I should have known better than picking him on primetime or believing that he could do anything good on primetime, let's talk about other patterns that Andy Dalton has. Isn't that he almost always beats the Ravens? Yeah, so if I'm the Saints, I play Andy Dalton next week because he is the Raven killer.
Killing the Ravens.
Yeah, and that's definitely what I'm hoping for. But we're a little bit over an hour into this now, so not to mention there's a game going on right now. I think it's going. Yeah, just started. It's 0-0. Packers over there. Packers have the ball, but it's 0-0. Packers and Bills. So that might be an interesting game to go watch. But go watch that game, y'all. It could be an interesting one. Appreciate you tuning in for this episode of the Battle of Ohio podcast. Since the response was good, I might start streaming it more from my channel as well. Doing it from both channels. Don't forget to go subscribe to the Battle of Ohio podcast channel because that's definitely where you're always going to see it. And that's where you'll find all the old episodes too, right? But, as always, you can find more of what I do at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, facebook.com/the Phelps. The Battle of Ohio podcast, as you can tell right here, atbnetwork.com, and then my YouTube channel, which most of you are watching from right now. Thomas, you can find him at T_star94 on Twitter and Instagram. And then on YouTube and TikTok, he's the Thomas J Network. He's the
Thomas J Network.
He's a rapper. He puts out stuff like that. Been putting out some good music videos lately, so you might enjoy that.
I'm not a rapper. I'm an artist. I do everything. I'm an artist. It's French. I'm an artist.
That's the most pretentious thing you've ever said in your life. You're not allowed to be pretentious. You're a Browns fan.
Man, I could be pretentious. Shut up, Kentucky. Shut up, Kentucky. We play on this week. Shut up, Kentucky.
Hey, we lost to Tennessee, but that's what else is new, honestly.
Go back to the South, you under the Mason-Dixon line people.
Kentucky's above the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, is it? No, never mind.
Yeah. It's a border state.
Yeah, you're right. You near the Mason-Dixon line Shut up, Kentucky. Blue people.
Yeah, I remember when I used to have the mohawk 2 years ago, Matthew. I started doing the mohawk just before we started the Battle of Ohio podcast, and that was before I even started putting out content on my YouTube channel. We've been doing the Battle of Ohio podcast since 2020 season. I remember because like one of my first videos that went viral was me reacting to Joe Burrow getting his knee hurt against the Washington. At the time, I think at the time it was Washington football team, right?
Yeah,
that was after their first name change, but before their second.
Yeah, you know. By the way, I like you. I like it better without the mohawk, man. You look a lot better without the mohawk.
Let's go. Andy Dalton named the starter till the season's over. He can redeem himself, and I guarantee you now he will beat the Ravens because Andy Dalton is the Raven killer.
Can I have a question? Can I change my big upset, or can I add? Can I have 2 big upsets of the week? Can I make the Browns over the Bengals my big upset, or I'm triple down on it? No, I'm triple dog.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, no. I guess you can. You can put another one on it if you really want to.
Yeah, I'm triple down. I'm triple down on it.
Okay, but you can't change it. You're still going to lose 3 points for the one you got wrong.
All right, cool. So I'll lose 3 points twice if I have to.
Well, I will match on it. I'm gonna triple down on this one for the Bengals.
All right, fine. Okay, fine. We got a deal here.
All right then. All right.
Deal or no deal.
Anyway, y'all. Love you, Matthew. Browns are trash. That's it for the Battle of Ohio podcast. I'll leave y'all as always with a hooday.
Go Cavs!
Go Cavs.